Hello my dear students, welcome back to the video lesson. I am Shweta Gupta, your maths teacher, and today I am going to do the revision of lesson number 11, and the topic of the lesson is rounding off. So let's get started. Children, as we have already learned in this chapter how to do the rounding off of the whole numbers as well as of the decimal fractions. So in this revision video lesson also, we will again revise how we have done the rounding off of the whole numbers as well as of the decimal fraction. So first, let's begin with the rounding off of the whole numbers. So I will explain you by giving the examples. And in this way, we will solve the sums also. So the first question is, round off 39,944. Children, now this is a whole number and its value is 39,944. So the A part of this question is that we have to round off this number to the nearest 10. Now children, when we will round off this number to the nearest 10, it means we have to round off. First of all, what we are going to do, the first rule for rounding off is that first we will see the rounding off place. So here the rounding off place is the tens place, and now we will see what is the digit at the tens place. So children, you can see that in this number 39,944, the digit at the tens place is 4, right? Now children, we will see what is the digit on the next rule or the next step for rounding off is to see what is the digit on the right hand side of the rounding off place. So our rounding off place is tens place and the digit to the right hand side of the rounding off place is 4, right? So now what is the next step? The next step is we will see that the digit to the right hand side of the rounding off place is equal to 5, more than 5 or less than 5. So in this question children, the digit is 4, which is less than 5. So according to the rule, if the digit is less than 5, then what you are going to do? What we will do that if the digit is less than 5, the digit to the right hand side of the rounding off place is less than 5, then we are not going to add 1 to the digit at the rounding off place. That is, the digit at the rounding off place is 4, so we will not add 1 to 4, and we will write 4 as it is, right? And whatever digits are there on the left hand side of the rounding place, we will not change them, we will write them as it is. So we will write 3 as it is, 9 as it is, and 9 as it is. And now what we will do? We will replace all the digits which are written on the right hand side of the rounding off place by 0. As we have only one digit on the right hand side of the rounding off place, that is the tens place, we have only one digit 4, so we will replace it by 0. Right? So now, when we round off 39,944 to the tens place, what do we get? We get 39,940. Right children? So now children, let's do the rounding off to the another place. So now children, let's do the B part of this question. Here we are rounding off 39,944 to the nearest 100. Right? So now let us see. First of all, we will see that now the number is same, 39,944, but now we have to round off at the 100 place. So now let's see what is the digit at the 100 place. It is 9, right? So now children, what we will do, that since the digit at the 100 place is 9, the next step is to see the digit at the right hand side of the rounding off place. So digit at the right hand side of the rounding off place is 4. Again, 4 is less than 5. So we will not add 1 to 9. Okay? We will not add 1 to the digit at the rounding off place. That is, the digit at the rounding off place is 9. We will not add 1 to 9. Rather, we will write 9 as it is. And whatever digits are given on the left hand side of the rounding off place, that is 3 and 9, we will not change them, we will write them as it is, right? And the digits which are on the right hand side of the rounding off place, that is 4 and 4, that will get replaced by 0. So our answer will be, that is when we will round off 39,944 to the nearest 100 place, we get 39,900. Right, children? Okay. So now let's do another part of this question. Okay. So here I am going to round off the same number, 39,944, right? 39,944 to the nearest 1000 place. To the nearest 1000, right? So let us see how we are going to round off to the nearest 1000. 1 minute. Round off to the nearest 1000. Okay. So let's see how we are going to round off to the nearest 1000. Children, this is the number is 39,944. Now let us see what is the digit at the 1000 place. So we have the digit 9 at the 1000 place. And now what we have to do in the next step, we have to see the digit on the right hand side of the rounding off place. So here, what digit do we have at the right hand side of the rounding off place? It is 9, right? So now in this case, 9 is bigger than 5. Okay, children? So now what we will do? We are going to add 1 to the digit at the rounding off place. So what is there? If we add 1 to 9, it becomes 10. So at the rounding off place, that is at the 1000 place, we will write 0 and this 1 will get carried over to this place, to the next place on the left hand side, or to the larger place on the left hand side, that is to the 10,000 place. So this 1 will be added to 3 and 3 plus 1 will become 4, right? And children, all the digits on the right hand side of the rounding off place, that is 1000 is the rounding off place, and all the digits on the right hand side of the rounding off place will get replaced by 0. So 9 will be replaced by 0, 4 will be replaced by 0 and 4 will be replaced by 0. So our answer is that 39,944, when it is round off to the nearest 1000, it becomes 40,000. I hope this is clear to you all. So we have done 3 parts in question number 1. Now let's do question number 2 and let's do another question. So now here we have this number. 7,75,432. And we have to round off this particular number to the nearest 10,000 place. The nearest 10,000 place. So now children, what we will do? We will first of all let us see the rounding off place. The rounding off place is 10,000. So this is, and what is the digit at the rounding off place? It is 7, right? So now we have to see the digit on the right hand side of the rounding off place. So what is the digit on the right hand side of the rounding off place? It is 5. And since 5 is equal to 5, so in this case also we are going to add 1 to the digit at the rounding off place, that is 7. So we will add 1 to 7, we will add 1 to 7 and it will become 8. So now the digit at the rounding off place will be 8, right? And whatever digit is on the left hand side of the rounding off place, that is 7, that will be written as it is. We are not going to change that digits. And all the digits on the right hand side of the rounding off place will be replaced by 0. And so when we round off 7,75,432 to the nearest 10,000 place, it becomes 7,80,000. So So this way children, I hope you have understood how to do the rounding off of the whole numbers. So now let's come to the rounding off of the decimal fractions. So children, when we do the rounding off of the decimal fraction, we follow the same steps. Only what is the difference? The difference is that instead of replacing the digit on the right hand side of the rounding off place by 0, what do we do in decimal fraction, in the rounding off of the decimal fraction? We don't replace them by 0, rather we drop all the digits. That is, we don't write the digits which are written on the right hand side of the rounding off place in case of the rounding off of the decimal fraction. So let us understand them by solving some of the questions based on the rounding off of the decimal fraction. So rounding off, how to do the rounding off of the decimal fraction, right? So rounding off decimal fractions. So children, my first question is, round off. So I have one number, the decimal number, the decimal fraction, that is 80.4357. This is one decimal fraction, and the A part of this, we have to round off this number, round off 80.4357, first part, A part, this is question number 2, and the A part of this question is, we have to round off to the nearest 1. 1 means to the nearest 1's place. So what we have to do? First, our decimal fraction is 80.4357, and what is the digit at the rounding off place? Our rounding off place is 1 place, which is this, and the digit at the 1's place is 8. Right children? So now what you will do? You will see the digit on the right hand side of the rounding off place. So the digit on the right hand side of the rounding off place is 4. Okay. So now since 4, again we will follow the same step. Since 4 is less than 5, so we will not add 1 to the digit at the rounding off place. That is, we will not add 1 to 8. Rather, we will write 8 as it is, and also we will not change the digit on the left hand side of the rounding off place, which is 1. So 1 will be written as it is, and now what we will do? We will drop off all the digits on the right hand side of the rounding off place. That is, we will drop off 4, 3, 5, 7. Means we will not write them. So my answer will be simply 18. Right? That is, okay, I will write this. 18.4357 when rounded off to the nearest one gives 18 as our answer. I hope you have understood this. So now let's do the another part of this question, that round off the same decimal fraction to the one place of decimal. One place of decimal. Right children? So now when I will round off, one place of decimal means to the nearest 100. Sorry, to the nearest 10. The first place of decimal or one place of decimal means to the nearest tens. So my number is 18.4357. Right children? And our rounding off place is the 10th place or the first, one place of decimal, that is, and this place. And what is the digit at the first place of decimal? Or to the one place of decimal, what is the digit at the 10th place? It is 4. And now what you have to do in the next step, you will see the digit on the right hand side of the 10th place. And what is the digit on the right hand side of the rounding off place, that is the 10th place? It is 3. And 3 is less than 5. So again you will not add 1 to 4. Okay. And you will write 4 as it is. Right children? And now whatever digits are written on the left hand side, that also you will write as it is. You will not change them. Okay. dropped out. Means we will not write those digits. Right? So when 18.4357 is rounded off to the nearest one place of decimal, it becomes 18.4. I hope you have understood this question. So now let's move to another part and we will take the example of the same decimal fraction. Now I am taking the example of the same decimal fraction, but now I am going to round off 18.4357 to the nearest third place of decimal. To the nearest third place, that is to the nearest thousand place. To the nearest thousand place. Okay. Which is also called the third place of decimal. Third place of decimal. So now let us see how we will do. So our number is 18.4357, right children? And what is the digit at the thousand place? The digit at the thousand place is 5. And what is the digit on the right hand side of the thousand place? That is 7. And 7 is bigger than 5. So what we are going to do? We will add 1 to the digit at the rounding off place. That is 5. We will add 1 to 5. And now this will become 6. Okay. So now in place of 5 at the thousand place, I will write 6. Right? And whatever digits are written on the left hand side of the rounding place, that will be written as it is. We are not going to change the digits and their place. So all the digits we will write as it is, and the digit on the right hand side, that will be dropped off. Means we will not write that digit. So 18.4357 when rounded off to the thousand place, to the nearest thousand place, or to the third place of decimal, it will become 18.436, and this is our answer. So children, I hope you have very well understood how to do the rounding off of the whole number as well as the rounding off of the decimal fractions. So now let us do some of the question as your home assignment, and you are going to do these questions on your own. Right children? So this is your home assignment. What are the questions which will come in your home assignment? Let us see. So children, the first question of your home assignment is round off. Now the first one I will give 37,49,372 part to the nearest lap face, to the nearest lap, and B part to the nearest 10 lap. Okay children? And the second question is round off. The second question is round off 68.1397 a part to the second place of decimal, right? And B part, this is the A part and the B part to the 3 or third place of decimal. This way children, we have come to the end of our video lesson. I hope you have very well understood how to do the rounding off of the whole numbers as well as of the decimal fraction. So now I am just ending your video lesson. Children, keep watching and keep learning.